S2000's looking pretty clean back here, you know what I'm saying? Except when we walk around to the front. Ooh, yeah. Not looking that great after all up here, is it? Well, let me explain. So I was going to keep this one. I had already filmed this once, but I kind of wanted to redo it, make it shorter. So basically, I'm about to show you guys a bunch of clips, or not a bunch, a handful of clips, kind of longer, of basically me having to go steal my car back from this body shop that I left it at. So if you are normal watchers of the channel, you would have seen a few videos ago that I went over a damage assessment video, got in a little fender bender on the freeway. Nothing crazy, but it just, insurance is taking care of it. That's not the issue. But basically the shop that I gone to sum it up, I believe that they ended up driving my car and driving it hard, but the only reason that I'm not taking legal action is because I don't have any indefinite proof and that it was driven. But basically my hunches were drop the car off full on oil, which I know because I topped it off that morning, detailed the interior, and drove it with no, like with the windows down and everything when I dropped it off, so no AC. When I got it back, the mileage I'm pretty darn sure was higher because I made a mental note of it being around 118,330 or 118,380, somewhere in the 300s. I got it back, it was around 411. Then when I got it to my friend Iris's house where I took the last photo of the odometer, it was at 422. So there's just miscommunication with the whole situation. The work that was done very, very poorly and half-assedly. So even if I hadn't taken the car back and just let them do their thing, the damage repair would have not been done even remotely correctly. So basically, to sum it up, I dropped the car off at this shop, the same shop that I went to get the lip done. The reason I went back to that shop, even though I was unsatisfied with the lip situation with the front bumper, getting the lip molded on and paint matched, I took it there because of a friend that was working there at the time. And I went back because I figured kill two birds with one stone, because the bumper and lip was under warranty through the shop for installation, like the paint and stuff. So I figured get the fender repaired by them, and since the bumper has to be off anyway, just have them knock it out. So insurance agreed. That turned out to be a mistake. So the first clip I'll show you is me going to get the car, and the reason that it's very quiet in the beginning is the guy locks himself in his office. He ignores phone calls once he recognizes you. From the second you start having problems with the shop, he just does all he can to ignore you. So the first clip was me going to actually get the car, walk around inspecting it, realizing that even though they had promised 4 different delivery dates, and also the guy admitted to me, just not on camera unfortunately, that he was going to scam insurance out of the money for a bumper when I didn't need a front bumper anyway. I just needed a fender, which they didn't even replace. They just really poorly repaired it. So hopefully the new shop it's going to now at the end of November, insurance will just let them replace it. But yeah, basically to sum it up, got in a fender bender, took it to the same shop that fixed it last to kill two birds with one stone for a warranty repair job. Promised to start working on it right away. Repair order was done, or repair estimate was given, but they were trying to play games with insurance and me behind my back. They kept pushing due date back, ignoring calls, disappearing when I would go down there. Get back, AC is on the car. Interior is completely disgusting with food and dirt everywhere. My oil was burnt down half a quart, literally, which I didn't take pictures of. I just topped it off right away because it's just like back of my head type thing. I gotta just whatever, I just did it. I didn't think to take a picture of it. Also my fault, and I know this is all my fault for not taking more documentation of it, and I'm not really big, like the car still is fine, like yeah the damage wasn't done, but it's getting taken care of, which is also why I'm not taking legal action or anything like that. I'm not that, really not that kind of person. The guy is a screw up. He'll get what's coming to him anyway. It is what it is. But anyways guys, here's the clips, and we'll catch up with you after.
Oh, Green.
Hey, I was just calling to see if the S2000 was going to be ready today.
Hold on, let me go check on it.
Okay, awesome.
I'm with the customer right now. Can you give me 5 minutes? I'll call you right back. I'll go back and check.
Awesome, perfect. Thank you.
Easy.
So it's not going to be ready tomorrow at all?
Nope.
No. And why are they only painting that one part? They're going to try and blend it to the rest of the panel?
Probably.
They didn't replace that yet. Yeah. So then where is my bumper? Why, like, no, that's bullshit. Why is this thing not being worked on right now? I mean, it looks like they did a pretty good job of getting that straightened out, so I'm happy with that. But, yeah, there's no way they're going to finish prepping this panel and get it primed, shot, baked, and ready, and reassembled for the morning. Yeah, it's still cracked too. Huh?
Take it.
Yeah. I don't know where the bracket is. It's not on the car.
Where's the bracket? What car do you say they're current?
No.
Maybe this one?
Maybe. Gotta push it a couple times. Nope. Bracket ain't here. It's gotta be in his office still.
Don't worry about the bracket.
That's a $60 bracket.
Well, have insurance deal with it.
I paid for that one out of pocket though. I brought it. Like,
Okay. Well, call cops to get it. But what are you gonna do with
yeah, I'm gonna have to take it.
this? Yeah.
Because they're not even fixing it. Yeah, because it's still, this side looks like they fixed it, but this side's still cracked.
You talking about this here?
Yeah, it's all split.
Leave him a voicemail.
Leave him a voicemail?
Yep. Or call him from your phone again and leave him a voicemail. And then shoot him a text saying the exact same thing.
Thank you for calling Go Green.
Yeah.
John will be out of the office until Tuesday. If you need immediate assistance, please call the office 480-966-9559. Take care and have a great weekend.
Hey John, this is Chris with the S2000. Just letting you know I did pick it up. Insurance gave me the okay. And I mean, the main reasons is you gave me 3 separate deadlines, none of which were met. And now that I got the car here in hands, my bumper tab has been damaged. None of the repairs in the cracking Bondo were actually taken care of. The headlight bracket is missing. The bumper top bracket is missing. The fender was not repaired. It was just filled in with bog and then poorly primered over. My car was actually driven quite a bit, and I was down almost a full quart of oil, about half to 3/4 of a quart of oil, and there was actually food remains inside of the like passenger seat and footwell area. So insurance will be compensating you, I'm told, for the repairs that you quote unquote made. And yeah, I'll be by, or I'll have an adjuster come by to pick up my brackets. Thank you for your time, and we'll talk soon. Bye. Yo, I need my parts.
There.
Then I have,
Has your emblem.
and I need the bumper bar goes across the bumper.
What Victor should have that. It wasn't in the trunk.
No.
Rigo has your emblem, and he ain't here right now. He'll be back in. Let me see where he's at.
Fast.
Too fast.
How come it was driven quite a bit?
It wasn't driven at all.
It definitely was, because when I
Yeah,
dropped it off,
yeah.
I had cleaned the interior, I had topped the oil off, and it was sitting, I don't know exactly, but it was around 118,330 or 118,380 on the odometer, and when I got it back, it was 118,411 and a half and down half a quart on oil.
There ain't no way nobody ever
And
takes the car
there
out.
was food and crumbs and like 1/4 inch of dirt all over the interior too, so somebody
My
was driving
guys
it.
Never take cars.
That's not what Ira said.
Well,
And-
that's a lie.
Yeah,
Well,
but,
I can call her a liar. I don't want to say anything. My
well,
guys
yeah, but
don't
no,
take
the car
cars.
was definitely driven, because there's no way I top off the oil every other day, make sure everything's good on that car, and I don't like leaving people a dirty car if I have to have somebody else service it.
If anybody took your car, they'd be fired. I've
Well,
only
then you
had
got to
one.
investigate your guys, because my car was definitely driven and driven hard.
I'm usually the first person here.
Not to mention the
Close to
seat was
last
like
person.
scooted way forward, so somebody definitely drove it more than
Yeah,
from the spot to the
Rigo
parking
would
lot.
have to move it in and out.
Yeah.
Move it in and out of the bay, but
But it was definitely
ain't
driven.
no way nobody drove your car.
There's no way it just burns a quart of oil or half a quart of oil just sitting
Is
in the
that
parking
an
lot.
oil leak? I mean,
No, it has no oil leak. I know my car inside and out, front to back, top to bottom. And depending on how hard it's driven, it can burn up to a quart per thousand just because of the way those motors are. And I know for a fact the day I dropped it off, I topped off the oil and cleaned the interior. And there was food crumbs in the passenger seat too, so there's no way somebody wasn't at least eating lunch in my car.
what that was, Allstate?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not trying to be like a huge douche, but
No,
the work just was not done even remotely correct. And then the lack of communication and the pushing back of the promised due date is the part that was really irking me, because that fender now has to be completely sanded back, all that Bondo pulled off and repaired correctly. So hopefully insurance replaces the fender now the new shop looked at it, and that bumper also has a broken tab on it now from where somebody tried pulling it out.
That it was broke.
It was not. I took the bumper off the day before I brought it here, and it was not. I have video on my YouTube channel of proof.
I have a video too with the insurance.
Yeah, but did you also tell the insurance that you were scamming them for the bumper? Because I made sure to tell them that.
Didn't tell them I was scamming them for the bumper.
Oh, well, it's okay. I did. I told them that you were going to try and scam them for it, and that you wanted to damage my bumper.
Tab usually would get you a new bumper.
But how would you replace that fiberglass lip onto the other bumper without breaking it? I mean, granted, it's already half-assed hanging on there in the first place, so I guess you could have just pried it off, but I don't understand why you were going to put an aftermarket piece when the OEM component's fine.
Believe it or not, with those, a lot of times, aftermarket is the same thing as factory.
It's definitely not when it comes to like OEM quality with that stuff.
With Japanese cars.
No, I know. I've been working with Hondas for 10 years, and I know for a fact that the OEM components are much higher quality than the cheap eBay stuff or the print and press you guys have access to.
What did you say your mileage is?
It was definitely, right now it was 118, 411.
417.
That's not even what it was when I dropped it off.
That's what the photo to Allstate has right here. Here you go.
Then something's wrong.
Picture I took and gave to him, 118, 417. Allstate.
Yeah, that's definitely not right. Because when
that's the day you dropped it off.
So you guys somehow reduced 6 miles on it. Because when I picked it up, it was 118, 411 and a half, which I have a photo of. So
maybe he thought the one was a 7.
Maybe he probably thought it was a 3, because I know it was in the 300s. Because I made sure to make note of that before I dropped it off, because I was afraid you guys were going to drive it.
That's what he had that day. The day you dropped it off is the day we did the virtual assist.
And the day I dropped it off, it also had full-on oil, and the interior was spotless.
I didn't drive your car. I have proof right there.
That's not proof. That's definitely a typo.
The insurance has a picture of it.
I have a picture of my ending odometer picking it up in the parking lot, and it's still higher than that, or less than that.
We'll get all the docs from Allstate. It's a photo from your car of your dashboard.
I want to see that photo, because that means somebody turned my cluster backwards somehow.
You can't turn them backwards.
Exactly, which means that's 6 miles, 5.5 miles higher.
Your thought of what you had is wrong.
I can show you the picture right now. And there you guys go. Go Green Body and Paint in Tempe/Mesa, Arizona. Horrible businessman. That car, he definitely lied on the entering odometer reading. So when I dropped the car off, I didn't get an exact picture and mental note of it, but I know it was in the 300s, and I don't know if it was 118, 330, 118, 380, but it was definitely in the 300s. So they drove the absolute snot out of the car, and I made sure, because I'm very meticulous with my car, that the oil is topped off every couple of days, because I drive the car a lot. Honda S2000s are known to burn oil, and I've never dropped my car off places really, so I like to have a clean vehicle dropping off, because I know when my customers drop me off work, I hate a dirty vehicle. So I made sure to detail that car. That's the morning that I dropped it off. So the car was spotless, full on oil, and had less mileage. So he's basically claiming that the car drop-off mileage is more than when it was picked up, which I don't know how the car sits and loses 6 miles on the odometer. So I know he's lying, but whatever. I got my bracket that I paid for. I got my badge that they ruined. So we'll be back eventually. Hopefully, don't have to deal with this scumbag ever again. So there you guys go. Now you kind of got the idea of the kind of guy that I'm dealing with here. The guy is just, if you notice, he was like getting super red. He wasn't looking me in the eye like at all. Just a really, really horrible situation to be in, especially for my first time having to deal with a shop. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to let me know in the comments down below. It did really well on TikTok with like 120,000 views, which I had like 200 followers on TikTok. So for it to go that big was pretty cool for me. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments down below. If you want to help support the channel though, I do have a Patreon
discount. I do have Amazon affiliate links. You can click those. You don't even have to buy those items on those links. Just use those links to order whatever you want. If you hit the Big Cartel, I do have merch. I have a few shirt designs, a few stickers left, and if you have a DA or a Del Sol EG, please go scoop up a bumper bar. Support small business, aka SD Fab, my startup. Anyways, guys, do what you love. Think about the rest, and we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully, my back is feeling better then, because that's why I haven't been posting the video as frequently the last few days, as my back has been injured, and I've just been freaking couch ridden, sitting on a massage and heating pad and stuff. Anyways, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.